Hey everybody, I am Tanya Oak Smith. I am Executive Director of University Communications and Marketing at Louisiana Tech University. In that role, I lead a team of 10 people and we have about 10 student workers. The talk I'm going to give today, or talk to you guys about today, it has to do with work I've done at my team has done at my because I just joined Louisiana Tech December 1st. So this is a relatively new position for me. One thing I would say is I am a member of another organization that's called Higher Education Web Professionals Association, or HIDWeb for short. We work hands in hand with WPCampus, and we're really proud of this event today, and we're really happy to partner with them as much as we can. So I think, having said all that, I've wasted about 2 minutes of your time talking about me. Let's go on and talk about our presentation. So are we up? I'm going to guess we're up. Okay, thanks. Thanks. So today we're going to talk about, the title is Tear Down the Wall. In essence, what I'm going to talk about is academic program promotion. And I don't know how many of y'all are content people. I am a content person at heart. And so the ability to have content that we depend on and use day in, day out is an important thing when we work in marketing. It is very important to have things that you can rely on. And it's also very important to have content that delivers parts of your story, your brand story. And so one of the things that my team at Henderson State was really good at was telling the ready story. In fact, we worked that into our mission statement, that we were shepherds of the brand and we were tellers of the story. So let's talk about what the ready story is. And we're not switching slides. Okay, there we go. So what is the ready story? And I'm just going to run through these really quick. I promise I won't read slides frequently, but these are really important brand messages that we have. Our university focuses on student success. That was an important thing. We have exceptional faculty. We have high quality academic programs. We focus on experiential learning, and we balance support and challenge. About 50% of the students at Henderson State University at any given time were first generation students, and that presents an interesting challenge for marketing. You're marketing to humans who have absolutely no idea about what the product is that you're marketing. And then, in particular, an important part of our brand, and an important part of our brand as told to us by those humans who actually bought the thing, was that we had an affordable education. That didn't mean we were cheap. That meant we offered a high return on our investment. These brand elements are really important to us, but how do we help people understand those brand elements if they don't have any knowledge of what the college experience is like? And I know that that's a challenge for lots of institutions. Another challenge that we have, definitely, and we all share, is that over half of our students will change their majors, right? I mean, that's a huge challenge for us. One of the big challenges that we had at Henderson State was, how do we retain those students in the process of changing their majors? An answer, for us at least, was academic program promotion. And you might say, why did we choose academic program promotion? Number one, our program pages on the web were devoid of important content that we know that prospective students and their parents needed. Our academic programs always wanted more promotion, and by focusing on the content that surrounded the academic programs, we were able to create opportunities for cross-channel promotion. Also, if you look at a university strictly in a marketing sense, the academic programs are the products that all of us work to sell. Why don't we want to focus on the bread and butter, those things that bring our students in and engender their loyalty and their future giving, actually? Why don't we want to promote those things? Second, why don't we want to promote those things on our website? I mean, our website was a mishmash of content, and no content was equal. We had some academic programs that were relatively good at sharing their story and sharing their story through outcomes, and we had other academic programs that were written at a grade 20 level and just absolutely could not deliver information that was needed. So to start this process off, we looked at, and this process started in 2016, what data came out in the Ruffalo Noel Levitz e-expectation survey on what prospective students wanted. And we found out that they wanted job placement stats. We wanted testimonials and quotes for current students. They wanted grad school placement stats. They wanted program rankings, videos, accreditation, and then faculty profiles. All of these things helped flip the switch for prospective students and their parents. And like I said, remember, we had 50% first-generation students. Particular importance to those first-generation students is knowing that they can experience the transformative power of higher education. That thing only happens when they know what's happened to a student after they've graduated. Does that make sense? That's why they're looking for outcomes. So in order to develop this content, to look at this content, we started looking at a content calendar for our academic programs. We decided that we would focus on an individual academic program a week, one a week. We would deliver the same type of content on the same days. We deliver the content in a variety of channels, and we'd showcase the products that were particularly important. We'd focus on outcomes. So they want to know about jobs. You know, I'm the mom of a 20-year-old, and I know if you've heard me talk about my 20-year-old, I want to make sure she is not living in my basement when she is 30. So I want to know what the outcome is for her major. And we wanted to feature opportunities for interaction and experience sharing between alums and current students, prospective students and current students, faculty and prospective students. So we decided that our content would look like this. Monday, we would launch a redesign section of the site. That means that we, from soup to nuts, redid everything about that program page and all accompanying program pages. If you were in the last talk in this room, they talked about accessibility. This was a good way for us to be able to make sure that all the bits and pieces were accessible to users as well, because we could take the week before the program launched and make sure that that content was solid, that we had all the information we needed. We also launched a video teaser on that day, and we launched Facebook and search ads. Tuesday, we did a class live stream, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Monday, we released a fact sheet based on the program, and that had to do with jobs and the prospective salaries. Thursday, we did a professor profile, and then Friday, we did an alumni profile. So how does this promotion look to prospective students? And this is probably the area that I am most proud of the team that I worked with at the time, because they absolutely delivered solid content day in, day out for 52 weeks. I mean, because this program promotion took a whole year. So first, we talked about the website. Monday, we launched the website, and it had a simple, direct URL. That's important, because if you're going to advertise with a URL, you need to have it be direct, and most of our URLs were kind of janky, and they had lots of winding turns, and it was almost like you went through a maze. Now you could directly go to hsu.edu/nursing and you get all the nursing information. We had visible calls to action. We featured a teaser video on each one of the pages. We had a student testimonial. It's important for prospective students, in particular first-generation students, to be able to see humans like themselves. And this allowed us to showcase students from throughout our state, from other places, students who were all manner of diversity, and they all spoke highly of their programs, and we were able to bring in a little taste of what it was like to be on campus with these student testimonials. We featured related information. So we were able to, for instance, in nursing, we had 5 different degree programs. Since then, Henderson has added one more. We were able to show how you could get from A to B to achieve your degree. We had links to degree plans and faculty information. We had contact information that was easily visible for students. We also listed, you can see up in the top right-hand corner, we listed some interesting classes. Those were kind of to wet your whistle about what you might learn when you were taking this curriculum. We also launched that day a video teaser. These teasers were about 30, sometimes a minute long, 30 seconds, sometimes a minute long. They allowed us to feature different parts of the program, and as y'all probably know, Ruffalo Noel Levitz discovered during the 2016 survey that YouTube was the second most used search engine for prospective students. And I mean, if you have a child who is that age, or even probably tween up to college, you know that if you ask them a question, they're going to go and they're going to look for a video that shows them how to do something. So we wanted to use like a video teaser that focused on exactly like a movie teaser, actually. We also launched, oh, this is kind of fuzzy, some online ads. We did targeted ads for Facebook, and then we did paid search ads. The clicks were directed straight to the program page, and that allowed us to get some metrics so that we could see if our campaign was being effective. Tuesday, or as close to Tuesday as we could, we did a class live stream, and this is one of the most popular things that we did, and you wouldn't think, it is logistically, it is difficult to do, but we managed to live stream a class that usually freshmen would take each week for a year. This was so interesting to me because you had to figure out, okay, what is a class that prospective students are interested in? What is a class that a professor will let you go into and live stream? And what's a safe class to go into and live stream? It was very interesting. One of the most popular live streams that we had was an intro teacher education class. And you wouldn't think that would be really interesting, but it was the discussion with students that drove the interest in the class. It was also one of our more dynamic professors who taught the class. So you really could see from this interaction with students, interaction with prospective parents, and interaction with alums. That was a wonderful thing that we found through this promotion that we didn't intend. Wednesday, we launched a program fact sheet, and this is something that lived on beyond this. We actually bound these program fact sheets and gave them to students who were going through summer orientation for our school. And we were able to give these fact sheets to our recruiters and to our advisors, so that helps them when they go into an interaction with our students. We were able to list scholarships, prospective jobs and salaries. All that came from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, because some programs are really reticent to give you information. So we were able to say, okay, this came from the government. We were able to list interesting courses, research, internship opportunities, and then some programs had accreditation stuff that we needed to list because that was particularly important for them. On Thursday, part of my favorite section of the week, which was a professor profile. This gave us the opportunity to showcase some of our most wonderful campus community members and talk about what makes them tick. It allowed us to show that our faculty members were humans outside the classroom, and I think that that's a thing that prospective students don't always see. Our prospective students were able to see that, for instance, this professor absolutely loves pop culture, and he writes on pop culture, and he's prolific in that area, and he appears on nationally syndicated podcasts and talk shows because he has this interest in pop psychology, basically. These professor profiles are the perfect place to work your weird. We were able to talk about that professor. We were able to talk about a professor that we have who is one of the experts in snake handling. Do you believe that there's an expert in snake handling? There is, religious snake handling. We were able to talk about our professors who happen to run marathons in their spare time, and you just would not picture this. It allows us to relate to those people who stand in front of classrooms every day in a way that is entirely human. And so I appreciate this work your weird, the way that our professors were able to embrace this. On Friday, we took the opportunity to engage with some of our alums and show outcomes and be able to show our students what was possible. We tried to get alums who were younger. We tried to get people who would be doing jobs that our students would consider relatable, things that they could see themselves doing. These were less weird, but they helped us create friends because they created a lot of engagement with our alums. Our alums were congratulating each other on being the featured graduate for that week, and they were sharing all over Facebook. And so it helped us increase our brand awareness and the knowledge of our university. So what were the results? I mean, we didn't do this. It was wonderful and well needed, and in our academic institutions, the thing that we sell every day are our academic programs. So we did it for the health of the institution, but we also wanted to make sure that there were results surrounding this program promotion. It was a lot of work, and it could be a headache at times. So we didn't want to do it for nothing. So you can see that the visits to the apply page here, and I won't read all of those, but you can see that our visits to the apply page, I mean, they followed basically the path during a year that we would expect. But we were able to see that the peaks happened when we introduced content that connected our prospects to the website. We would not have had, and I will say this to anybody, we would not have had that number of visits to the apply site if we had not had content that was driving people to the site. I usually just kind of let this sit here for a second so that people can see. the increase was in requests for information when we tied an academic program promotion in with our admissions work. We had, during the year that this program promotion went on, almost 10,000 requests for information compared to 3,000 for the year before. That to me was incredible, and it was proof that this is the kind of content you need to be delivering, or we need to be delivering as marketing professionals in higher education. But there's more. We also found people who would be our champions. And it wasn't always in academic programs that you would think. This is a picture of the team at the time. Each person on the team was responsible for a different thing. But we found champions within the university. We engaged with alumni on a level that we did not expect at all. Why would alumni have an interest in current courses, students, outcomes? Well, we didn't know. But we did know that our alums connected their time on campus to a wonderful time in their lives. The strength of our alumni engagement might not seem related to a promotion that was designed to drive prospect traffic. However, for Henderson State University, alumni engagement was really important in their recruitment cycle. Our brand research from 2016 showed that a strong alumni network was important in the choice for our school. Now, I'm sure it's not important in the choice for every school, but those humans, prospective students who knew somebody who attended Henderson State, were much more likely to have a positive view of the university. So our program promotion then engaged our alumni to help us be recruiters. We asked them to share our information, we asked them to recall positive experiences, and we asked them to participate in the recruitment process. We also found that other departments wanted to help each other. Our nursing department was aces in sharing information from other departments, even those departments that had absolutely no connection with them. You found out who were the cheerleaders and the absolute uplifters of every other department on campus. You found out who your champions were amongst individuals. You found out who were your true brand representatives, and it allowed you to kind of promote those people from the inside. Henderson State University became a greater team because of this program promotion. In fact, we started relying on the library to tie in with us, and they shared the database of the week. So other departments added their content in. The database of the week was able to play in with helping our current students or prospective students find out about the wealth of information that our library had related to that week's program. We also had programs who, during their week, created a week on campus. For instance, our physics department created Physics Week, and every day they were doing experiments, and they were adding their own content to social media, and they were sharing at the same time as we were. So we were able to amplify one another. They created a stable of things that they could share and use when they talked to prospective students and their parents. I mean, we were able to use integrated marketing, communication, and content strategy, all of those buzzwords, to share their message better. But we did learn some lessons, surprise. Keep your content simple. When we started out this program promotion, we had a list of probably 15 different things we were going to do during any given week. Our team of 4 people could not possibly deliver that content with a level of quality and the ability to get everything right. And quality and right are different. So we started narrowing it down, and eventually we narrowed it down to one piece of content a day, and we found that that was absolutely perfect for our small team. Now, if you had a large team, you might be able to deliver several pieces of content a day. If you had a large stable of student workers that you could depend on to create some content, then you might be able to create more pieces of content. But I would say start off small, follow the KISS principle, keep it simple, and work from there. Keep your content achievable, and that ties back to keep it simple. Deliver what you can deliver consistently, and deliver what you can deliver accurately. Keep your content quality. And we found that the word quality is very subjective. Some of the things that we rolled out, our professors didn't particularly think were things that we should have been delivering, but they were things that received a lot of engagement for prospective students. So that was an important thing that we kept coming back to. We kept saying, y'all are not the target audience. Y'all are not the target audience. We have an audience, and these prospective students are enjoying the fact that we're live streaming class, regardless of the fact that you can't ensure that every word that comes out of your mouth is going to be, wonderful. This is the probably, well, no joke. There's a lot of stress involved with doing this kind of content. There are some departments who will not play. There are some people who want to deliver the content on the website the way they want to deliver it. There are some people who will not engage on social media in the way that they may need to. We started at the beginning of this program promotion by ranking all of our programs by interest. And we discovered, and I would say if I were launching this right now, I would not go by the order of interest from prospective students. I would ask departments to volunteer. There's going to be people who will make your life more difficult because you're moving their cheese. I would say don't waste your time or energy on them. Help those who want the help and who will listen to your expertise. And then keep your content accountable. And that means deliver the metrics to the humans who need the metrics, but also realize what your content can do and what your content can't do. The whole of admissions and the whole of bringing a prospective student into the room doesn't depend on the marketing plan. During this year, I became very fond of thinking and of saying that I can bring as many horses to water as you can stand, but it's not my job to make those drink. I can bring them to the door and I can open it, but you've got to ask them in. So feed metrics, feed the data that you come up with to the programs and to the leaders to let them know that this program is working, but also know that your program is not ultimately accountable for all the results that come. And I deliberately keep this presentation short because I know that people like to ask questions about how we did things. So thank y'all. And if you have any questions, there is my contact information. You can always get me on Twitter. Definitely get me on Twitter. And thank y'all.